Welcome back, guys, to the Digital Pen Pals podcast. I am Zach Schertz, and my co-host.
Hi, I'm Lincoln or Tux, and we have our very first guest today. This is the fourth episode, and we have our wonderful guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm FAUVE, FAUVEY on TikTok, and it's good to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're super
This is our
stoked to
first
have you
guest. It's gonna be great.
Thank you.
Great. Please be.
Yeah. It's my first time on a podcast, so I'll do my best. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so
Yeah.
for those of you who may be new, we are trying as a podcast to interview other artists and other people that may be from TikTok or, whatever that may have some insight for other artists or just to learn from them. And I think that's something we're trying to bring to the podcast. And Favi here has, what is it, like 40,000 followers on TikTok?
Close. It's 39.9, which is crazy to me. But I haven't posted in a while. I probably should do that again soon. But yeah, it's around that number. I don't understand though.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, me and Tux have been trying to get our TikTok game together, but seems that you found something that worked.
Well, I just posted random things. I accidentally stole my little brother's joke when he pointed out that the popcorn bag was had horrible design on it and it read as PP on OCR. And so I read it out and some people thought I was Jaden Animations, which I'm not. And I kind of freaked out a little bit there because I do not want any trouble with that because I don't know. And the next big post was basically just me drawing a cat in a suit. So it's just really all very unpredictable with that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, I've found the same in my my adventures on TikTok and all over the place. Sometimes I'll spend a super long time making a well thought out post or well thought out piece or something, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm so excited for this," and then it'll get like 10 views.
Yeah.
And then I'll do like a silly little post or something, and then it'll get like 10K, and I'm like,
yeah,
wonderful. That feels great.
I have some things that are like, oh, I worked so hard. This is gonna do so well, and then it's just like, oh, all right, you get like 10 likes. Like, oh, okay, okay. I'll just try again, maybe.
Yeah.
But I found that trick that you said about going live after your post really works. So thank you for that tip.
Oh yeah, that tip is like saved my butt. Yeah, that is definitely like a go-to tip. It's just I don't know what it is, either TikTok or just people see that you're live and they kind of go crazy and they hit the follow button in like an insane amount of times. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I just hope that I've noticed that a lot of artists have been getting banned from going live. So I just hope that doesn't happen to me.
Wait, for reals?
Yeah. There's like this really good artist. It's like Burnt in Strained. They like have really good art and they go live sometimes and they've been banned from going live. Yeah.
What the heck? And
That's
they
weird.
don't know why they're getting banned. It's just
they're like it's like for age or something, but they're 18, so it just doesn't make
weird.
sense. So
Yeah,
I got banned on
TikTok is a little bit
Live
weird.
once.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Because it was like one of the first times I went live, right? And I
Yeah.
was like super stoked because I finally reached 1,000 followers, and I was like super stoked because that's what I wanted to do. And I jumped on live or whatever, and it was during I shouldn't have even live streamed that day, but it was during the election season. And so I'd mentioned like election
Ooh.
and a couple keywords like that. I think someone reported me because I doubt that TikTok's like monitoring your lives all the time because there's just too many people.
No.
So I'm pretty sure
Yeah, like, you didn't,
somebody
mention some sort
reported
of
me,
bias or
and
anything.
I was like, I wasn't doing anything against policies. I was just literally just stating like, oh, this is crazy that this X keyword is happening right now, and it's insane. But I wasn't even, that wasn't the theme of my live at all. But someone reported me, I guess, because I got banned for 5 minutes. So it was very strange.
Things were really still are pretty intense. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Politics are fun.
Oh, so fun. So fun. All right. And yeah, I don't know. It's just TikTok is just always weird about that, I guess.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of tiptoe, walking
Oh
on
yeah.
eggshells or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
So
So,
what about your art journey? Like how did you even get into art and everything?
well, I've always liked to draw. Like, um, I don't know. I think I just started to get way more into it when I noticed that I was actually kind of good. Like in fourth grade, when my teacher, there's like this whole yearbook cover contest, and I thought, oh, I'm not going to enter. And then, like, later on, the teacher pulled me aside and she said, why haven't you entered something in? I was planning on choosing yours. And I don't know, that just like made my whole day. And then it made me realize, wait, hold on, am I actually good at drawing? And I don't know. I it's just fun for me. And so like I just started drawing way more, especially in middle school. I always carried on a sketchbook and stuff like that. And I was just like this dorky girl with a pixie cut. And still drawing today. I don't know. um, yeah. So, but I mostly started getting into digital around like 2015 or 2016, and that's my favorite medium, I'd say.
And do you use like an iPad, or are you on like
I
some sort of tablet?
I use an iPad. It's not like one of the fancy iPad Airs. It's one of the older ones. But yeah, I use that with an Apple Pencil and Procreate, and it's one of my favorite um, uh, mediums that I've ever
Devices?
used because devices. Yes, sorry. Sometimes I
You're
can't think
good.
of words. Um, because before that, I had an Asus tablet, and it was okay, but I don't know. I just couldn't. My art really wasn't that good with it. But then once I got Procreate, I was like, wait, I can use all these different brushes, and it just kind of clicked. And I made a lot of Spider-Verse fan art because that's around the time when I got it, when that movie came out, and I loved it so much.
I love that movie
That's
so much.
crazy.
It's a
Hmm.
masterpiece.
Oh
It
yeah.
is. It is.
That's crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
iPad
Mhm.
for me preferably is like my personal favorite. I mean, I'm biased because I have one and that's what I use, but um,
Yeah.
I love Procreate. I love how user friendly it is and everything. Um, but yeah, to each his own. The tool is but a tool in the artist's hand. You know, depends what you do with it.
Hmm. I can never wrap my head around Photoshop. I know that I
I love
could if
Photoshop.
I never like I had a graphic design class and we used Illustrator a lot, and that and Illustrator was the worst thing that I've ever worked with. I just couldn't figure it out. It was so annoying because like whenever you use the pen tools, it always like glitch and make it look really weird. And I just want to freehand this. I just wasn't good at it.
Oh yeah.
I've
But I
been
know
an
that
Adobe fanboy since sophomore year of high school, and
I
still
just
going strong.
I just have learned to be very dependent on Procreate, but I know that I should learn how to use Photoshop sometime soon because that's a really good software. Wait, yes? No?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Software?
software.
Okay, software. Sorry. Um I English is my first language, but sometimes it doesn't feel like that.
That's how
But
it
I
yeah.
know the
goes.
feel. Don't worry.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think for me like Photoshop is really good because you get a lot of extra features. But I feel like as
Mhm.
far as like digital art goes, I mean this might be controversial, but I really feel like you only really need Procreate. There's a few extra things you can do in Photoshop, but I feel like they're kind of like minor things or things that not everyone really uses that much. Because even with printing and stuff, I found that I can export things out of like Adobe Photoshop and or Procreate, I mean,
I
and
think that mhm.
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I think that Procreate is a lot more user friendly because
Oh
I
yeah.
think I think I remember somebody saying that like Photoshop was originally created for like all the professionals and stuff, but Procreate was created for anybody who wanted to like draw for fun or something like that. So it's like a lot easier to use than Photoshop naturally. But yeah, Photoshop has a lot of great features that would be really helpful, I think. Same with the
That's
all the other.
100% true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Photoshop is not a drawing application. It
Mhm.
it accidentally was a drawing application,
Right.
and I'm so glad that things like Procreate and Clip Studio Paint and all these awesome competitors are showing up, because it's gonna kick Adobe and
Oh my
make
gosh.
them either lower their prices
Yeah.
or improve their drawing application or
It's so
improve drawing
expensive.
capabilities.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It,
It's the worst.
It's just crazy that it
like,
costs
what
10
was it?
bucks.
$10?
Yeah, for
Oh, when I
Procreate.
was in school. Oh yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I
for
was like,
Procreate,
Yeah,
sorry.
Procreate's like
Photoshop.
super cheap.
Yeah.
Like with
One off.
the student discount, somebody said it was like $20 per month. I'm like, oh, I can't. Like, I don't know. I know it'd be an investment, but I just would rather stick with Procreate because it's just $10 flat. I just love that about that. Like, you
Right.
think, oh, $10 for an app? That's too expensive. But no, it's really amazing.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest downsides of Photoshop. Is I have to like take it into like my monthly costs and be like, hey, if I'm gonna be doing art, I should be making the money that I'm spending on Photoshop back in some way, shape, or form. And so
Yeah.
sometimes it's a little stressful because I'm like, am I getting my money's worth out of this, or should I just make the leap and buy an iPad and get Procreate like everybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest drawback with like Procreate is like it is cheap, but then the device to use can be kind of expensive.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
I've seen some cheaper
Yeah.
options where you can get like versions of the iPad that are like around like 400, $300 plus the Apple Pencil. So I mean, it's going to cost you like $400, like I think bare minimum. But I mean, I think you're paying for quality because honestly, it's just so handy to be able to go anywhere with it and not have to be strapped to a computer or to your, a desk or something. That's like the big selling feature
Yeah.
for me.
I always have a huge purse that I carry around because I always have my iPad with me, and just in case I want to draw. And the iPad is really expensive. Same with the Apple Pencil because I tend to lose things. For the longest time, I thought that I lost my Apple Pencil, so I went out and I bought another one. And a day after I bought the next one, I looked in the back seat of my car and there was my first one. So now I have two, which is good.
Oh,
It's good to have a
no.
backup. It's good to have a backup, but I saved up for so long to get that second one, and I was drawing with my finger for so long, and it was driving me nuts. But I mean, you just got to be really organized with that because I am not.
Oh yeah, random
I feel like
question.
that's a problem a lot of artists have.
Random question for you. Have you tried drawing? Wait, I guess you can only pair one Apple Pencil, right? I was gonna say, is it possible to draw
Yeah.
with two at a time?
I don't think so. That'd be cool though.
That'd be
Like
kinda
if you could
crazy.
have like two people drawing on the same tablet at once, like trying to make a picture together. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Like they have some of those, there's this thing where like everybody can like draw on their computer at once on one thing, and I always thought that was cool. They should make that a feature. I don't know if they have yet. I don't know everything about Apple, but I don't know. I don't
Right.
think they can do that.
Yeah, I know
yet.
they have like an
So-
online website where you can. I think it's like draw together or something like that, and you can like draw with people online on like the same canvas. I think. I saw it once, but I haven't really used it. But it looks cool.
It looks
That
fun.
sounds
I
like
think
a
it could be
feature I would
fun.
expect from Procreate and Clip Studio, but not Photoshop. Like,
Yeah.
I don't expect that ever from Adobe.
Yeah, they don't tend to make features that are what people really want.
They just give us updates that crash the app more.
Yep. But yeah. I'm sorry. All right. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible because I mean they're all down there getting wild playing Trivial Pursuit, but like these walls in my house are paper thin, so yeah.
You're good. Honestly, for me, I'm fighting off some dogs and some vocal noise outside too. So, but yeah. I would like to know a little bit about like what kind of things you like drawing, like what kind of what's kind of your inspiration behind the stuff you do, because your stuff, I guess, for those who may not have looked you up by now, will have your social media and handles and everything in the description. But yeah, I would
yeah.
describe your work as kind of like it's got an aesthetic. It's very like texture and it's very like illustrative. I don't know how you would
Very
describe it,
painterly.
but that's how I would say it. Would describe it.
I love using texture. That was my main thing that I loved about Procreate when I first got it. As for like what inspires me, I have this one character, as they will see for sure, that I love to draw so much. Her name is FAUVE. I named this account after her, and I go by FAUVE because Like, I don't know, I just thought it was like a more like fun version of the name, and I don't want to go by my real name online and stuff like that. But I really love drawing her because it just kind of relaxes me. And she's a character that I've had since fourth grade. And whenever I have art block, I just draw little doodles of her, and like it helps me get out of a rut when I draw her. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun because like when I draw her, you can make like everything really sparkly or really colorful. Or I always like can think of fun little backgrounds to put her in, settings, stuff like that. So, yeah, I just like want to be better at making illustrative art so I can like maybe one day make a comic about her. Or I think also illustrating children's books would be a lot of fun because like um, one artist that really inspired me when I was young was the artist who illustrated the Pixie Hollow books. Like they're like these little like books about Tinkerbell and stuff. And her art was so beautiful and so warm, and it had a lot of emotion in it. And sadly, she passed away this year. I just found
Oh,
that out like a couple weeks ago. But I just loved her work, and I'd love to like inspire somebody else with art like that, and like also bring characters to life that would be, loved like those characters are.
that's awesome. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, I think I see, like, I haven't even seen the artwork that you're talking about, but I feel like it makes sense for the kind of art that I've seen from you. And I think a really interesting thing that I know I talked to you about, I think during a TikTok live at one point in the live chat, um, I'd asked about your character and that you had done recently on some of your TikToks. And you're talking about her, I believe it's the same character, Fauve, and
Mm-hmm.
how you basically have had her for so long as an original character, and you've like always redesigned her or given her different outfits or different hairstyles, and she kind of like actually grows kind of like an actual human, right?
Yeah, yeah. So like as I developed when I was younger, she kind of developed with me. So yeah, she does feel like a whole separate person, if that makes sense. And I just think that that's really fun and cool because I just it helps me when I'm feeling down to draw her, and no, it just she helps make me happy. So maybe I was just thinking maybe one day I could make a story with her so that she can make other people happy other than just me. So I don't know. Yeah.
I love that. That's like one of my goals as an artist is to make other people happy. Cause right, so as artists, we come up with all these sort of settings and characters and
Mm-hmm.
things and such and concepts and all we want to do is share them with people and uh and that's one of my goals as an artist to spread joy and happiness with my
Yeah.
creations.
Yeah. I love like looking at all these manga artists. Like I love their style. Like I like the like it's very different from my art, but like when it's just black and white and you can do all that little detail, and
Mm-hmm.
um and like they make these like amazing characters that everybody gets so attached to. And I don't know, that's just a goal for me. I think that it's amazing what they do, and I'd love to do that one day.
Yeah,
That's
and the
so
So
great
cool.
thing is like it's easier than ever to kind of like put yourself out there with so many
mm-hmm.
platforms all over the internet, like webtoons, like TikTok, like everything. You can just start making stuff and putting it out there, and if it's good and it catches people's eye, then you can pretty much go from there and slowly build up your empire
Yeah.
and, and take off.
Yeah, I think that's so crazy like with social media. My mom uh posts my paintings that I complete for somebody's stomping around, that I complete for commissions, and all her friends message her, "Oh, I want to buy that. Oh, can I commission her?" And sometimes they don't like follow through, but it's been like even like with my mom posting, I'm getting a lot more people who would want to buy my art. So that's always good.
That's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
super nice.
That's
hmm
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, she's
I
very
think
supportive.
that's so cool that you have like support from your family and stuff. Like I mean it's kind of weird because when you gain like a size following like you do, I feel like it gets to the point where it's like are you almost famous or something? But I know for a fact in reality like you're just like you're still you. You're just like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
there's this big number on top of my following page. Like, what does that mean to you? Does that affect you at all, seeing those big numbers?
Um, so in high school, I would uh, think to myself, wow, if only these people knew I had 5,000 followers on TikTok, because I thought that that made me so cool. But as I got older, like it's just crazy to me that that many people follow me. And I think I need to make good use of this so that I can actually um, do art as a job because I don't want to have to worry about getting fired all the time, you know? So, yeah, I just think I just appreciate everything that has happened because it's just all by wild chance, I think, and just a lot of luck because I think you need a lot of luck to blow up on TikTok. Like, but yeah, I don't know. That's just what I think.
Right.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
don't discount your skill and don't discount your talent and everything that you've worked towards because it is a lot of luck, but it is also a lot of people recognizing that you're good at what you do, that you're talented, and that you've got what it takes.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I know it's like, I mean, I haven't grown to that kind of level or even to Tux's level yet on TikTok, but um I know there is like a lot. There's at first it feels like luck, but I feel like a lot of it you kind of figure out what works and you start to kind of recreate those things that people like. And then it becomes a little bit simpler once you start boiling it down to that. But yeah, just like
Hmm.
Tux said, I definitely wouldn't discredit your talent and ability because I feel like I've seen a lot of artists just recently just start on TikTok, and I see their artwork. I'm like, oh, I know for a fact they're gonna blow up in like 3 days. 3 days, come back, and they're already at like 5,000 or 10,000 followers, and it's
Hmm.
Oh
just
yeah.
insane to see. And it just goes to show you that it's not just luck, but also if you have really good artwork, um, and if you are able to film it at least half decently on TikTok, people will flock to that, and they really appreciate seeing a genuine artist on there showcasing their artwork. And I think TikTok is right where it's at right now. Obviously, it's where a lot of people are getting discovered, and
Hmm.
it's almost like today's Vine, where a lot of people are getting
Yeah.
discovered that way. So I
And it's super
I think it's great.
snowbally too. I think the hardest part is just kind of getting the ball rolling and getting started, but once you do it, just kind of doubles down on itself and self promotes and you just keep going and going and going as long as you keep doing quality stuff.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I
Um.
mean, what? Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. I was just gonna ask. Like, at what point did you have like a moment when something went super viral and like blew up for you on your page, or was it a few things that added up that ended up getting you exponential growth?
Okay, so my first ever viral video, sorry, was the Big Billy one. I was at my mom's work for the day and I was really bored, so I thought, why don't I make a fun TikTok with that cat video that I saw and laughed at? And when I posted that and I was driving home after she was done from work, I saw that it was like getting a lot of views, and I was like, "Wait, mom, wait, my video's going viral!" And we were both like really excited. And I just remember, I felt so happy. I didn't think that I'd ever go viral. I never thought, "Oh, sorry, I'm messing with my wire here. I shouldn't do that." Um, and it was just crazy. And then after that, like I noticed my other posts, like whenever I like post something like drawing followers or drawing like duetting people and drawing them, it got a lot of attention and it made the people who I drew really happy. And I was like, hey, this is really fun. I gotta do this more. And right now I don't do a lot of drawing followers because sometimes I can't live up to the promises because a lot of people like duet me and stuff or like follow me for that. And then they get angry, and I don't want people to be angry. So I've been trying to steer off of that because a lot of people want to be drawn. But at the same time, I can. I gotta at least try to make some money off of this, like off of commissions. I mean, I'm not part of the creator fund or something like that, but yeah.
Dang, that's
I
crazy.
hmm
Yeah, because I've
um
tried to find tactics that might work on TikTok, but it just seems like usually someone starts off doing one thing, but then they switch to like a more of like original kind of content that they would
hmm
rather be doing like long term.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I started drawing just like really simple line art of Pokemon and making Pokemon profile pictures, and I kind of had the same approach as you. That was my viral video, is basically me saying, "Hey, I want to draw you guys profile pictures. I'm gonna do it live on Twitch," and
hmm
I like advertised my Twitch, and everybody came to my Twitch, and then I like kind of blew up on Twitch a bit, and then I started drawing people's profile picture, and then it became like way too much, and
Yeah.
so I wasn't able to draw everybody's Pokemon, and
Yeah.
then I had a friend that got me into like manufacturing stuff in China, and
Ooh.
so now I make enamel pins.
That's really cool. I've seen the TikToks about that. That'd be really cool to
Yeah,
do.
that led me to basically doing like a huge how-to series, and
Hmm
that's my most recent viral thing. But
Yeah.
that's been really fun because I have had the pleasure and honor of working with some super awesome people on some super awesome pins that I can't talk about yet. But I'm really excited, and like I can
Ooh.
hardly contain my excitement and joy, and I'm so excited to post videos about that.
That'll be really cool. I'm excited to find out.
It's been so much fun seeing like how just like creating leads to more creating, leads to more creating, because that's one thing that I've found as I've found my tiny inkling of success is a few friends come to me and they're like, how did you like get a viral video, or like how did you have this idea, or how did this happen? And I'm like, honestly, my one tip is just keep making content, because you're going to have bad content and you're going to have good content, and then you're going to have content that goes viral and you don't know why, and it's not your favorite, but it goes viral. And so you
Hmm
just kind of have to keep making stuff, and it's almost like a numbers game. But if you just keep letting people know, hey, I'm here, this is what I do, this is what I'm about, here's a thing I did recently, then you'll slowly gain a following. And it's funny, I told somebody that recently, and I'm like, gave him some tips on a few videos, and like almost immediately he had like a semi-viral video, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, it worked!" And I was like, "Heck yes,
How was your first test subject though?
yes sir." Yeah, so I met Zach, and that was when I was like, I think like 9K on TikTok,
hmm Yeah.
and we kind of schemed together and like, "Okay, let's make a plan. We're gonna take over the world." And so now here we are doing a podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think when I
One step at a
started, I was at
time.
like 450 followers, and now I'm getting closer to 5,000, which is kind of insane.
Good.
But it just
Yeah.
goes to show like literally the things that we talk about do work. They work in different ways because like I'm not finding as crazy fast success as like Lincoln, but I'm still finding rapid growth, which is really good.
hmm
And then I just think it's a matter of time before I hit a certain point, because like kind of what you were talking about with you seeing your page kind of like grow, and older TikToks tend to
hmm
resurface and start to get more views and stuff. That's kind of how mine are. I've gotten a few viral videos. I've actually gotten a couple over 200,000 views, which is insane.
Oh
But
yeah.
that hasn't tipped me over, which is interesting because I thought a video like that would. And I've had two of them. But I mean, it could be different for everyone, different, follow to heart ratios kind of thing. But yeah, so as I'm growing and I have more viral videos, they kind of start to snowball, just like Lincoln was talking about how they
hmm
snowball, and eventually you start gaining more traction. And it's not just one viral video, but a plethora of them that are bringing in more followers and growing your page. Um, but yeah, I think it's really
Yeah.
interesting. I love learning about how like analytical stuff works on social media, and trying to figure out what works with hashtags and things. I think it's really interesting anyway.
Yeah. That's why
That's a
so
lot of the
many.
stuff that. Oh, sorry,
Sorry.
go for
That's
it.
why so many people do those pointless part two videos and that annoy the heck out of me. Like when you could
Yep.
like do it in one video, but they make you come back for the next one. Everybody hates it, but it works. It
Right.
works. They're getting more.
Unfortunately, it works.
Yeah. So it just keeps happening, unfortunately. So
Yeah. I think it's really cool. Um, just to I think to be like a TikToker, an art TikToker, you kind of have to be on TikTok. I have to watch quite a few videos, and I can, you learn trends and
Hmm.
things like that. I don't know how much of trends and stuff helped you grow on TikTok.
There's like this trend where it's like different ways to like draw an eye or fill in an eye. And so I did one of those and it did pretty well. And I was surprised about that. And I was happy because I was in quarantine and nothing was happening for a while. So that was one way to help with the boredom. And I think with another one, like where they like reveal it through like putting your sketch layer on top of it with a white layer underneath and like merging them, then erasing it to reveal your like colored in drawing. That's what I do all the time because people love, I don't know, it's just satisfying.
Oh yeah.
And hmm and I love to do that. And let me think. As for another, just a lot of like duetting and drawing people because a lot of artists do that because it works. A lot of people like um a lot of people like seeing uh, how other people look as a cartoon or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I'm still slowly trying to find my thing. I think the thing that works for me is like art tutorials seem to be like the thing that pops off for me every time. As long as I use like the right hashtags I just kind of copy the same hashtags I use for my viral videos when I do art tutorial because those
Hmm.
hashtags seem to perform really well for me, at least personally. But yeah, I'm trying to branch out and see what else I can do. Something I want to improve on is like, you know, including more of my artwork on my TikToks because I feel like I'm kind of in a weird place where, art being an artist is my upfront thing, but also I love streaming and video stuff, and so
Hmm.
I tend to have a lot of like tech stuff that is kind of intermixed with everything. So kind of gets a little confusing, I guess, to maybe some newcomers that followed me for my art and are like, "What the heck is this?" So I think for me, it's kind of like a weird identity finding time for me. Um,
Yeah.
but I definitely want to go back to posting more of my artwork. I think that's more what I want to
Mhm.
do.
Yeah. It's kind of the same way for me, except I think my identity would be art, weird jokes that are completely random and have nothing to do with art, um, and then character content, basically, I guess.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely have a bunch of those kind of TikToks that I call them throwaway TikToks because I
Mhm.
know they're not going to perform well, but I just do them for fun.
Yeah. Like you just have this idea and like, oh, I want to do it just for fun, not for it to be viral or anything. But
Mm-hmm.
there is a time when I did too many of those and my follower count just started dropping
Oh
so
no.
fast.
That's so scary.
Yeah. Um, but it's also because I wasn't posting a lot either. And so people would just like see like, oh, I don't remember when I followed her, and like I think I followed her for art, but now she's posting all this crap. I'll just unfollow her because I don't know, it just happens. I didn't really care a lot back then because I was more focused on school and stuff. But yeah, that was
That's
just what
crazy.
happened with me. Mhm.
So right now you're I forgot to probably ask this up front. Because you did you recently graduate high school? I forget.
Yes, this
Okay.
year, 2020, class of 2020, and I'm waiting to take classes until they're in person again because online art classes are not so fun,
I can attest
and
to that.
Preach,
mhm,
preach.
they're horrible.
I stopped doing school for that reason.
It depends what school you go to. I recently graduated this summer from BYU Idaho, and when we went online, our teachers actually adapted really well. Because when it first happened, I was like, "Oh, that's it. I only have one more semester, and it's over. I'm not gonna learn anything this semester. It's gonna be garbage." But my professors actually did a really good job, and they did a good job at doing more one-on-one stuff and critiques and things. It actually worked. I really doubted it, but honestly, I learned quite a bit my last semester, um, despite the difficulties with online school. But yeah, I mean, normally for like community colleges and stuff like that, I feel like they don't have like such a high standard as maybe other schools might have. But um, my teachers were very passionate about art and helping us out, and they really wanted us to learn something this year. So I think they did a superb job. But again, that's just my experience. I know other places didn't perform as well online.
It's good that you had a good experience. That's yeah. You're really lucky. I wish that I had that kind of experience.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't all great, but it was honestly, it went past my expectations for sure.
hmm Well,
I had one of my teachers, they basically canceled all future projects for the class, and we were basically halfway through the semester. And they said, okay, just finish the last project we're working on, and you will get a passing grade. And I was like,
that's
I
nice.
didn't, like, I don't care about my grade. I want to become a good artist. At
Right?
the end of the day, no one's gonna care that I passed a 2D composition class or whatever it was back in like my freshman year of college. They're gonna care if like I actually know what I'm doing. And so I got
True.
really upset and I sent a bunch of angry emails to the school and got them like kind of refunded. But
Oh, that's good. That's good.
yeah,
At least, yeah.
felt like a waste of a semester though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
now
it's been
I'm
an
working
interesting
full
year.
time with Zach.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, me.
Hopefully
And
2021 is better, but
Oh yeah.
I don't really think I don't have much hope for that though.
2021 is going to be my year. I promise you that.
Oh yeah. Same here. I think a lot of it's about mindset because this year, like literally this time last year, I had none of this. Like I had a TikTok, but I just had downloaded it as a joke, made a couple art TikToks, but I didn't
Mhm.
know where it could go, and I should have jumped on it because at that time I could have probably gained a following super fast because I gained like 450 people basically like overnight randomly, and I just didn't know. But I think my mindset this year was okay. I'm graduating, so that kind of helped me kind of be more focused because I'm like, okay, I really got to make stuff happen because I've been dreaming about doing content creation and stuff like that, but I hadn't like really gone for it. And so this year I decided, I'm going to do it. And I had time during quarantine and stuff while I wasn't at work physically and stuff where I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And that's kind of when I met one of my friends who did Twitch art. And then I realized I could stream on Twitch. And then I met Lincoln and really pushed me. So I think having such a good mindset can really get you somewhere. Because I mean, now
I like
me
to
and Lincoln
motivate
have this
people.
podcast, and I have a following now that they're amazing. They're very supportive, and I just couldn't have even imagined this even happening at all. And it was all just because I decided to try. And so I think for a lot of us and viewers out there too, like just have like a positive mindset because as cheesy as it is, it's like such a real thing that if you just tell yourself that you're going to have a great year and you're going to be successful, and you do something each day that might help you push a little bit towards that goal, then you're going to be successful. It doesn't really matter. It's just the quitters don't win, but the people that don't
hmm
quit are the winners. And I think that's what we can qualify ourselves as is we don't quit, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Hurrah.
Yeah. Yay. Yeah. It'll be
2021
better.
is gonna be all of our years.
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna
hmm
we're gonna take over the galaxy.
Yeah, no matter what happens outside forces, you're in control of your own destiny. We got our own
hmm
agency, and we can do what we want. We don't have to listen to what's happening outside to tell us what we can and can't do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And as for the taking over the galaxy, I will only do it if I get a purple lightsaber.
Ooh,
That is my
Uh,
only.
good
Yeah,
call.
so fun
I want a
fact,
purple one.
I'm actually holding a lightsaber right
Are
now.
you kidding me?
Let me twist off the top. It'll make a sound.
Oh gosh.
There we go. I don't know if you heard that, but it made a little sound. I have my lightsaber right here. If we
Nice.
take over the galaxy, FAUVE, I will give you this lightsaber, and it will be purple. It's red right now, but it will be
Thank
purple.
you. I really appreciate
You,
that.
you need to
Okay.
send her some like reference photos or something, right? So she can
Yeah.
like, do
After
some
this,
drawings and stuff of Star Wars fan art.
I can send you images of your eventual prize when we all take over the galaxy.
hmm
That's awesome.
Sounds great.
But that's one of my personal favorite things about content creation and art and everything is the community. When I was younger and when I first started doing art, in like my early high school days, and I was just doodling and stuff, and even middle school, I was on like an online community that on this drawing application on the Nintendo DSi. It's called Flipnote Hatena. It's really
Oh
fun.
yeah.
But everyone was so toxic and mean, and
Oh,
it wasn't super
no.
fantastic. But I feel like my growth was almost stunted because I was just so paralyzed to keep trying and be
Yeah.
bad at art. Because it's okay to be quote bad at art. It's okay to
Mm-hmm.
not be a master. But I've loved so much that I've met so many like-minded artists that are just determined and just kind and just nice people. And that's my favorite part about content creation is making connections and meeting new people. Because then that way, when I'm like, oh, I wonder how FAUVE does her art like that. And I could just shoot you a message and be like, yo, I'm trying to achieve your style. Could you give me a few
Yeah.
pointers? And then boom, I got some pointers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then say you want to make enamel pins. You just have to shoot your good old pal Tux a message, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I'll get you hooked up with my manufacturer, and you get it
Ooh,
all
yeah,
set.
that'd be
Yeah,
great.
that's
That'd
what
be really fun.
Lincoln's helping me out that right now. Actually, I'm gonna do a Kickstarter next year, and he's gonna hook me
Oh,
up with
yeah.
some help to figure out how to make the pins. So I'm super stoked. Hopefully, as long as it goes through with the Kickstarter. But
Hmm.
um, yeah, I think
The thing
community's
is,
huge.
hmm the thing is, if I made pins, I had no idea what kind of pins I'd make. So that's
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
that I gotta figure out
yeah.
first.
Lincoln can help you on that one.
Hmm.
I
I'm
Sounds good.
incredibly ambitious, and I just like to take on way too many projects and then get exhausted, and then
Oh,
take an entire week of sleeping and then rinse and repeat. It's fantastic.
hey,
yeah.
My
I
if you're getting things done, it works, I guess.
Oh yeah.
my recent ambitious project is I am working on a board game with one of my best friends,
Oh, yeah.
and
That
so
sounds so
I
fun to do.
I don't have much to show on that, but
Hmm.
It is happening.
it's happening.
It's happening.
Yes,
That's awesome.
it's
For
Yeah.
happening.
for me, I think like still kind of going back to community part, like I feel like once you reach a certain achievement or something, it's hard for because sometimes I feel like I have a hard time explaining to either family or friends like exactly what I'm doing because they're not always present for it. They are present for some things, but I feel like it's such a cool thing when you accomplish something. You'd be like, "Hey guys, my followers, this is what happened." And since they're following you and they appreciate what you do, they understand like why you're excited or what's going on. Or, fellow artists too, like they understand it. Like I know I've had back and forth conversations with like FAUVE or someone called Atron Studios on TikTok as well. And we just kind of compliment each other and kind of like build each other up. And it's just so cool because, when they like a TikTok that I made that's about, X thing, I know they understand what it went through to make that TikTok or why it's exciting to me or why I love it. And I
Hmm.
think that's so cool is to be able to share stuff. It's not just like, hey, look at me, but like also, hey, people share my same interests and they understand the level of excitement that I have about these things and why I feel like ambitious or whatever it may be as an artist.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I really agree. I think that that's a really cool thing about like TikTok and all that. Sorry. Um, yeah. I'm trying to think. Um, I'm sorry. My brain is mush tonight.
Oh,
I
you're
think
Don't
it's
good.
I
worry.
think it's all the facts that I've been trying to answer that I don't know. That I
We're
don't
kind
know.
of we're kind of ending the we're nearing the end here. Is there anything that you would like to say? Anything, any last parting words or anything you'd like to share with everybody?
Don't actively compare yourself to other artists. If they're at a different level than you, then they're just at a different phase in their creative, not process. Uh, I'll just go with life because I can't think of the word right now. Like everybody starts somewhere, and you can't lose hope when you find out that you're not as good as Vincent van Gogh was when he was 21. I don't know how good he was when he was 21. That was just the example that came off on the top of the head off the top of my head because I used to really struggle with that, and I would think if I'm not that good, then why do I even try? Just keep trying, and you'll get there. And even when you like get to your goal, you can always achieve more. that's that's the great thing about art, I guess. So yeah, that's just what I think.
Awesome. I
That's
love that.
awesome. Yeah,
Now
I love that.
spam your socials. What are your socials so people can go follow you?
Okay, so my TikTok is FAUVEY, Favi. My Instagram is Favi Draws, which is FAUVIE, then draws. And I'm only really on TikTok and Instagram. So yeah.
Perfect. Now, if someone would like to order a commission from you, where is the best place to contact you?
Oh, DM me on Instagram and we'll work it out.
Perfect. Go check
Yes.
Favi out. She's awesome. This has been Digital Pen Pals Podcast. We've had our first guest here today. Thank you so much for coming,
Yeah,
Favi.
thank you for having me. Thank you.
And
It's my first time being on a podcast. Yeah. Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you, Favi, and a Merry Christmas to
Yes.
everybody else.
Yes. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Happy
Happy holidays.
holidays, everyone.